Hi, my name is Amy Whittett and this is my presentation for Mathematics in the Primary Classroom. In today's lesson, we'll be answering the question, how much energy and money can be saved if light bulbs in a house are changed from incandescent to LED bulbs? To begin this task, we need to find out some key pieces of information. What size house is this problem based on, and how many lights does it have? How many hours on average are lights on per day? How long will each bulb last? What are the watts per hour per bulb? What is the kilowatt per hour cost to the occupant? How much electricity is used by the lights per day? What is the cost of electricity to the occupant for the lights? And how much will it cost to replace the incandescents with LED bulbs? The model house that we will be using for this equation is a two-story house that contains 42 light bulbs. If we assume that most people get the recommended 12 hours sleep per night, that leaves 12 hours of awake time each day. Due to work, school, and social commitments, if we estimate that the lights are on for 6 of those 12 hours per day, that gives us a base number. As there are 42 lights in the sample house, it's fair to assume that not all 42 will be on for the entire 6 hours. For this task, let's say that only 20 of the lights are on for 6 hours. On average, incandescent light bulbs last 1,200 hours. In comparison, LEDs last 50,000 hours. The brightness of a light is called the luminance output. If we use a luminance output of 720 as our base, then an incandescent requires 60 watts, whereas an LED only requires 11 watts to achieve the same brightness. This is my latest electricity bill, and from this we can see that it gives $25.38 as the price per kilowatt per hour during the most frequent time of usage. This will be the number that we will use to calculate our electricity costs from. Now that we know how many lights are on per day and how many watts each light uses per hour, we can work out how much electricity is used per day. 20 lights on for 6 hours using the number of watts for each given light bulb, 60 for incandescents and 11 for LEDs, will allow us to work out the electricity used per bulb type per day. To solve this equation, we need to use BOMDAS. The bracket operations come first, followed by the multiplication. We now know that the incandescent bulbs would use 7,200 watts per day, and the LEDs would use 1,320 watts per day. To calculate the cost of the electricity to the homeowner for the lights per day, we need to use the watts for each bulb and the cost of electricity. As the cost of electricity is measured in kilowatts and the bulb in watts, we need to change them both to kilowatts. That's the equation that can be seen at the top. We know that in a kilowatt there is 1,000 watts. So to convert each bulb output, we need to move the decimal place 3 places to the left, as there are 3 zeros in 1,000. Now that we have both measurements in kilowatts, we multiply the wattage of the bulb by the cost of electricity per hour. This leaves us with a cost of $1.52 for incandescent bulbs and 28 cents for LED lights per hour. If we multiply each by 6, we are left with the cost per day, remembering that we have estimated that the lights are on for 6 hours per day. To calculate if it is cost effective to use LED light bulbs instead of incandescents, let's work out the yearly cost. To do this, we multiply the cost per day by the number of days in the average year. It's 365. This gives us an answer of $3,334.67 for incandescents and $611.36 for LEDs. The average cost of an LED bulb is $35.95. Remember, this number is going down yearly as the supply and demand increases. If we multiply this by the number of bulbs in the house, 42, we will be left with the cost to change bulbs over to LEDs. It's $1,509. If we add the cost to change the light bulbs with the yearly cost of LED lights calculated earlier, we're given a total cost of $2,121.26 for the changeover year of the bulbs and $611 every year after that. In comparison, if we leave the bulbs as incandescents, we will be left paying $3,334.67 yearly. So it's evident that it is not only beneficial to the environment with lowering our energy usage, but it's also going to save money in the long run to switch to LED bulbs over incandescents. Grafham Adams states, replacing only one light bulb with an LED light bulb in every American home would reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 9 billion pounds, or about the amount from 800,000 cars, the US Environmental Protection Agency reports. Cutting down on greenhouse gas emissions is a crucial element in fighting global warming and climate changes.